A free agent, and former Patriots All-Pro safety Rodney Harrison said he's disappointed New England didn't try harder in recruiting Cam. Harrison believed it would have been a good fit and beneficial to both Cam and the Patriots. So, Shannon, are you surprised Bill Belichick didn't pursue Cam Newton?
I am somewhat. And people, Skip, you know, the thing is that the problem that I have is that people always make excuses about Cam's behavior and Cam's attitude. But Coach Belichick and the Patriots have always done a great job of guys that might have had issues other places have come to New England and been model citizens. Remember, Corey Dillon, Skip, he was labeled a malcontent. Randy Moss, the Raiders said he quit on them. Chad Ochocinco, for what a host of guys have gone to New England after having issues other places and been a model citizen. Now, I believe Cam has shown some immaturity in the past, but I believe he's grown. Yes, he's made some mistakes. Yes, there's some things I know that he wished he could have done differently or said differently. But to judge a man in year 10, and hold him to the same standard as he was in year 5, I think he's grown. I think that's wrong for you to do that. Let him go someplace. They say, well, the coronavirus, Skip. At the peak of the coronavirus, free agency happened. Wasn't nobody going anywhere, and guys still got signed. When teams want you, they find a way to get you. They said, well, this might hurt Tua because Miami won't get an opportunity to get a second look at him. Yeah, they looked at him at the combine. Skip, when they want you, they find a way to get you. So I am a little surprised, and I know Rodney very well. Rodney and I worked out when we were both in the league together. And Rodney will speak truth. He is a very objective guy, and he knows what it's like to be in that organization, Skip, and he knows the impact Coach Belichick and those around and that organization have on players that's been looked at in a different light other places. But for whatever reason, I don't know if it's the water, I don't know if it's the surrounding, maybe it's Massachusetts in a hole, Skip, but guys seem to get on the same page as everybody else in that locker room when they're in that locker room. I thought it would have been a great fit. I thought Cam could have learned a lot, but for whatever reason, it did not happen. So, yes, I am a little surprised because I still believe Cam can play at a very high level.
I hear what you just said, and I agree. And I definitely hear what Rodney just said, and I'm with him also. But here's the problem. Cam is too good for Bill Belichick right now. Cam Newton was the MVP of this league not that long ago in 2015. Cam Newton obviously can still play at a fairly to very high level. If he's healthy, very high. That's the last guy that Bill Belichick wants to replace Tom Brady with, because then it's going to disqualify Bill Belichick from being the genius he wants to prove he can be. If he replaces Tom with Cam, well, then people will say, well, yeah, Cam's great. Cam's a former MVP. Cam had moments last year or 2 years ago for sure when he was really good. Way to go, Bill. You got a great one there. You got a pedigree quarterback in this league. You got a guy who won a national championship at Auburn and at Blinn Junior College. You got a winner, Bill. Way to go. Well, that's too easy for Belichick. Right now, he wants to show you that he's going to be coach of the year. He wants to reprove his genius to everybody by doing it with next to nobody. He wants to show you he can replace Tom Brady, 6th-round pick, number 199, with a 4th-round homegrown quarterback named Jared Stidham, a guy who struggled at Auburn in his 2nd year before he was drafted in the 4th round by Belichick. And he wants to say, watch this, NFL world. Watch what I can do with Jared Stidham. Watch me let a mass exodus of players leave my defense, one after another. Kyle Van Noy, Jamie Collins, Danny Shelton, Deron Harmon, Landon Roberts. They're just gone, 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 gone. And his draft was given a C+ by Mel Kiper because I don't know, none of it impressed me. And in free agency, Bill did next to nothing. So, Shannon, in the end, it's one of two things operating here. It's either supremely arrogant confidence on Belichick's part, genius at work, or it's supremely delusional confidence, disaster waiting to happen. I think it's the latter. I think he's going to get exposed. I think it's going to be Hoodie's folly here this year, where suddenly everybody wakes up and says, wait a second, this is a terrible team, and Stidham's not remotely good enough to step into those winged cleats left up there by Tom Brady. So to me, he didn't want Cam because Cam would disqualify his genius. Cam is too great with too great a track record. So that, Rodney, that, Shannon, is why Belichick did not want Cam Newton.
Well, Skip, you could be right, because I believe he gets more credit, because I don't believe Coach Belichick would have been thought of in the same light had he won those Super Bowls with Drew Bledsoe. Drew Bledsoe was the #1 overall pick. Shouldn't #1 overall picks win Super Bowls, Skip? Because plus, we had saw Terry Bradshaw, we had saw #1 overall pick in Troy Aikman get to and win Super Bowl. So what's the big deal about that? But I take a 6th-round draft pick and win Super Bowls. Okay, now we're on to something. But Skip, see, for me, I just believe Coach Belichick, if he can get to and win a Super Bowl with someone other than Tom Brady, anybody, it can be Joe Suitcase, as long as his last name isn't Brady or his first name isn't Tom, Edward Patrick Brady, Skip, he's fine. And I believe that's what he wants to do. Now, Skip, you could be right. Coach Belichick gets something in his head. This is what I'm going to do. I'm moving forward with Stids. This is what I'm going to do. And he's not, maybe he needs to take off the blinders. But I believe if you bring Cam in and says, okay, Cam, I'm not promising you anything. The job is available. The best man wins. If Stid beat him, Stid beats him. But if Cam beats him, okay. But I just think it was a win-win for both situations, Skip.
Okay, I hear you, but it would be one thing to go get Andy Dalton the way Jerry Jones did and pay Andy Dalton $3 million base for this year. Andy Dalton's reputation had taken such a hit over the last 5 years in Cincinnati that people would just kind of shrug and say, well, if Bill can win a Super Bowl with Andy Dalton, that would be great. But Cam Newton, he's still a superstar. He still has huge persona, huge personality, huge charisma. He can light up a room. He could take over the team. That's the last guy Bill Belichick wants to replace Tom Brady with. He's too good. He's too big. He would take over the franchise that Bill wants to take over now. Won't work.
But here's the thing, Skip. Cam was discarded. You know Coach Belichick likes to take discarded players and says, okay, you didn't know what the hell you was doing. Watch what I do with Jamie Collins. It's Cleveland. You had him. You didn't know what to do with him. Watch what I do. Buffalo, y'all didn't know what the hell y'all had with Stephon Gilmore. I'm going to turn him in as Defensive Player of the Year. Look what I do with a Kyle Van Noy. Hey, Raiders, man, y'all had Randy Moss and y'all was over there bull jiving with him. I take a Corey Dillon. That's what he likes to do, Skip. He likes to take players that other teams said, that guy can't play anymore. That guy, he's a malcontent. Coach Belichick takes great delight in taking what other people would consider trash and turning it into a treasure. And I believe this was a great opportunity for him to do that with Cam Newton. I think Cam is eager to prove that he can still play at an elite level, and all those injuries are a thing of the past.
To Bill Belichick, I say, good luck.
You don't need it.
Luck.
You don't need
all right. Speaking of coaches, guys, speaking of coaches, does LeBron actually have the best coach of his career right now?